A proposed law in Philadelphia would make it illegal for businesses to turn away customers who only have cash. The city council may vote on a bill to ban cashless stores next week, supporters say. Those businesses are unfair to minorities and the poor. David Begnaud is at a Philadelphia coffee shop where cash accounts for about 40% of its sales. David, good morning.
John, good morning. How do you pay for your coffee?
Mostly credit card, David.
Oh, mostly credit card. Okay, well, here at La Colombe in Philadelphia, you can use cash. In fact, if you look on any money you have right now, it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, right? So don't take it here. A lot of people love to tip in cash. When I buy coffee, by the way, I usually always use my phone. But here in Philly, there are some businesses that will politely tell you, sorry, we're not going to sell to you if you only have cash. And there's a city councilman who wants to do something about it. Cash is no longer king at many businesses in Philadelphia. The sounds of credit card swipes are drowning out the cha-ching of the cash registers.
There's a lot of restaurants and other business that want to go cashless.
John Longstreet is the president and CEO of the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association. Do you see an upside to cashless?
Absolutely, because places that handle cash are less safe than those that don't have cash on hand. Everything is reported directly into the accounting system. Taxes are paid, whereas in a cash society, taxes aren't always paid. And consumers are getting used to it too as well, and they're asking for it.
Cash is not accepted at Bluestone Lane Coffee and at Sweetgreen, the salad chain. Together, they have 6 stores in Philadelphia. Nationwide, Dos Toros, Dig Inn, and Tender Greens now refuse paper money. Reportedly, Milk Bar, Starbucks, Amazon, Walmart, and Shake Shack have experimented with cashless stores recently. And that trend worries Philadelphia Councilman Bill Greenlee.
I'll go and get a cup of coffee. I can get it because I have a credit card, but the person behind me that doesn't have a credit card is told they can't get a cup of coffee. There's something doesn't seem right about that.
According to the federal government, more than 14 million Americans don't have bank accounts. That makes getting credit cards difficult. A recent survey by the Pew Research Center found that 34% of black people, 17% of Hispanics, and 29% of people earning less than $30,000 rely on cash for all or just about all of their purchases.
If it's not discrimination, it's elitism. I think government does have a place to protect people from not being treated fairly.
Councilman Greenlee has introduced a bill that will fine businesses in Philadelphia up to $2,000 if they don't accept cash. Similar laws have been proposed in New York City, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. A statewide ban on cashless stores is awaiting the governor's signature in New Jersey. And Massachusetts has required retailers to accept cash since 1978.
I might describe it as a solution looking for a problem.
Do you see the reasoning behind the thought that cashless can also be discriminatory?
I understand how this has come about because it would disenfranchise a certain portion of the population. We should look at it, and we should look at a compromise that allows businesses that are cashless by design in the way they do business to continue to operate.
Now, if the law is passed, it goes into effect in July, and it only affects brick and mortar stores like the coffee shop here, not internet retailers or membership chains like Costco. This is quite the talker. Let us know what you think. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Leave us a comment there. Bianna, what do you think about this?
You know, I'm torn, David. I rely on Apple Pay all the time. I don't use cash that much, but I see where, you know, it would impact a lot of people that do. Again, but to your point, Norah, I'm not sure that you'd want government to make the decision for you.
Well, and that business, if it stops going cashless, might go out of business, right? So that business wants to stay and continue collecting cash. Sweetgreen has made the business decision.
Yeah.
We don't need to accept cash, and it might be a liability for us to continue to accept cash. So let the businesses decide based on who they're
there too, and I agree with you. I think the business should decide what works best for their business model.
By the way, this is a trend and model that banks had forecast years ago. So we're here.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. I know.
David, thank you. Enjoy your coffee.
Yeah.
Are you on Venmo yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Venmo's great too.
But I do have a credit card, so
Yes,
when it goes to
right,
the train, I just give my credit card. But
And do you have Apple Pay?
I've heard of Venmo.
Did you hook up the Apple Pay yet?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll do it for you in the commercial break.
Sure, Nora. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Nora.
Yes, she's still very wedded to her abacus.
Swipe with our watches.
It works fine, John Dickerson.